As sergeant in the army had to deal with some heartbreaking experiences in Afghanistan and needed to cope. While there, he met some incredible people, but one bond stood out, that between a cat who the soldier started taking care of, and the cat took care of him in return. What happened next will warm your heart. Jess Knott did not expect to end up in the military. At age 30, he was working as a software engineer. The one night in 2005, he watched a young Marine on 60 Minutes. The Marine was on a frantic search for a fellow Marine. Tragically, that service member had been killed in action. That's when Knott, with tears streaming down his face, decided he should volunteer to be in the military and do his part. By 2010, Jess Knott was a military officer who had become a sergeant in the Army. When he was deployed to Afghanistan in 2010, Knott met a feral cat who was hanging around the base. The cat's name was Koshka, and he was extremely adept at keeping the mice at bay. Knott bonded with Koshka, but there was just one problem. Other people on the base were not taking care of the Army's top Mauser. He was showing some signs that people weren't really taking good care of him. Knott told CNN, "I found paint in his fur a couple of times, and then people took a pair of clippers and shaved his back." Due to the strict rules that is imposed on military personnel, they are often not allowed to have pets. Nevertheless, many enjoy forming friendships with animals when enlisted overseas. Knott decided he would help the kitty out. After racking his brain about what he could to help, he decided to keep Koshka in his office. Nobody really knew Koshka was his full-time pet. Having Koshka helped Knott get through his days. He had no idea how important the cat was to him, however, until an awful tragic day in December of 2011. A suicide bomber killed Knott's two friends and comrades. When Knott heard the news, he excused himself to go back to his office where he could cry. Koshka was there to soothe him, crawling into his lap for comfort. "I'd lost hope in myself, I'd lost faith," Knott said. And all of a sudden, this cat comes over and just reminds me that, hey, you're you. Koshka's gentle ministrations helped bring him back to his situation. Since Knott was still in a war zone, he had to remain calm and in control despite his grief. As his deployment came to any end, Knott found himself thinking more and more about what would happen to Koshka. He knew the cat couldn't survive without him.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
If Koshka was going to survive for much longer, he would need to bring the cat to the US. He pulled me out of one of my darkest times, so I had to pull him out of one of his darkest places, Knott explained. Knott tried to get Koshka on an American convoy, but that didn't work out. Then he started to worry that he might not be able to find a way to get the cat home. Finally, an Afghan interpreter who worked with the army said he would take the cat to Kabul and once there, put the cat on an airplane to America. It was a brave thing for him to do, since the Taliban would kill him if they found out that the interpreter was working with the Americans. Knott knew it was risky, but he had to try. He took a deep breath, said goodbye to the cat, and sent him with the interpreter to Kabul. Knott soon received word that the two had made it safely to Kabul. Then the second part of Knott's plan started to take shape. Knott's parents paid for the cat to fly across the world. First, he had to go to Islamabad, Pakistan. Then he had a layover and boarded a flight to New York. From New York, it was on to Portland, Oregon. Knott's parents were waiting eagerly for Koshka's arrival. Koshka made it to Oregon safe and sound. He stayed with Knott's parents while the family waited for Knott's deployment to end. When Knott arrived home, he was so pumped to see his cat. And when the cat saw his old friend, he was excited too. Now at 8 years old, we still consider Koshka to be a member of the family. He loves going on adventures with Knott and spends a lot of time with the family even though he's grown up. Knott made a Facebook page for Koshka and they enjoy sharing the outdoors adventures of their cat on social media. Koshka and Knott survived a terrible situation together, but they came out on the other side. One of the great things about having a pet cat is all the ways it enhances your life, on instinct. That's what happened to Knott, and now he gets to live his days in a way that is fun and exciting.